Rodgers' final meeting with the New York Jets, a troubling encounter. In the world of professional sports, few stories have the power to captivate fans like the behind-the-scenes drama of star players and team management. One such tale emerged recently, as Aaron Rodgers opened up about his final meeting with the New York Jets. His candid comments, made during an appearance on the Pat McAfee Show, have stirred up some uncomfortable conversations within the team's leadership. Rodgers, a four-time NFL MVP, is known for his sharp wit and candid nature. But when reflecting on his interaction with the Jets' new general manager, Darren Mougey, and head coach, Aaron Glenn, it was clear that this was no ordinary meeting. "I flew across the country on my own dime," Rodgers began, recounting his expectations for a meaningful discussion. "I figured there would be a conversation, something real." But the reality was far from what he anticipated. According to Rodgers, the meeting started off with an unsettling surprise. "I meet with the coach. We start talking, and then he runs out of the room," he said, setting the stage for what would be a baffling turn of events. Soon after, Glenn returned with Mougey, and Rodgers thought the conversation would finally begin in earnest. However, it didn't take long for things to veer into uncomfortable territory. "I'm talking to the GM about something," and then Glenn leans to the edge of his seat and says, "So, do you want to play football?" Rodgers recalled. The question itself wasn't the issue, it was the way it was asked, and the timing. "I mean, really? After everything, that was the tone?" he added with a mixture of disbelief and frustration. Rodgers' response was straightforward, "Yes, I do." But the follow-up from Glenn was far more abrupt. "We're going in a different direction at quarterback," he said, ending any hope of a longer, more meaningful conversation. The revelation shocked many, but the real twist came when the Jets' general manager, Darren Mougey, was asked to comment on the situation during a media session. Instead of offering any clarity or backing up Rodgers' version of events, Mougey chose to sidestep the question entirely. "I understand that question," he said. "But today, I just want to talk about the draft and the Jets players." When the reporters pressed him further, Mougey stuck to his script. "I understand the question, but I'm just going to talk about the draft and current Jets players." So, what's the takeaway here? Was this a simple misunderstanding or a sign of deeper issues within the Jets organization? Rodgers certainly seemed rattled by the experience, and judging by the way Mougey handled the follow-up questions, it's clear that the team is not eager to revisit that uncomfortable moment. But one thing is for sure, Rodgers' last meeting with the Jets won't be forgotten anytime soon. It's always interesting to see how these kinds of stories unfold, especially when the stakes are so high. Could this tense interaction affect the future relationship between Rodgers and the Jets? Only time will tell. But for now, it seems the only direction the Jets are headed in is one that leaves this chapter of their quarterback saga far behind.